You ever hear a song and just can't stop yourself from tapping your foot? Well, that feeling, that connection between sound and movement, that's one of the oldest stories in human history. And today, we're going to trace that story, drawing a direct line from the very first instruments all the way to the viral dance challenges blowing up your phone right now. So, a viral dance and an ancient flute, they might seem like they're from different planets, right? But they're actually connected by something deep inside us, this human need to communicate and connect with each other through rhythm. That's the thread we're going to be pulling on. To really get what's happening now, we have to go back, way back. So let's start our journey at the very beginning, with the first beats ever made by people. 40,000 years. Let that sink in. That's how long we've been making music. Archaeologists have actually found these incredible flutes from that long ago, carved out of bird bone and mammoth ivory. And for early humans, music wasn't just for fun. It was basically a survival tool. They used rhythmic chants and beats to coordinate their work, to bond the group together after a successful hunt, and to build the strong communities they absolutely needed to thrive.
Okay, so we know music is ancient, but how does it, work? What even is sound? Let's break down the basic science behind it. The whole idea is actually simpler than you might think. Imagine dropping a pebble into a calm pond. You see those ripples spreading out? Well, an instrument is like the pebble, and the sound waves are the ripples. When you pluck a guitar string or hit a drum, you're making the air around it vibrate. You're making ripples that travel all the way to your ear. Your brain then acts like this super fast computer, decoding all those little wiggles into what we hear as music. Pretty cool, huh?
So every single sound has two main ingredients. First, there's pitch. Pitch is all about speed. Really fast vibrations create high notes, like a whistle, while slower vibrations make those deep low notes, like a bass drum. Then you've got volume, and that's all about power. A bigger, taller sound wave means a louder sound. A smaller, shorter wave is way quieter. It's as simple as that. So once we figured out these basic properties of sound, we started inventing tools to organize it. And this is the moment when simple sound really starts to evolve into the complex art of music. Can you even imagine trying to learn every song you love just by listening to it over and over with absolutely no way to write it down? For thousands of years, that's exactly how it was. That's why the invention of musical notation, basically a system of symbols for sounds, was a total game changer. All of a sudden, composers could share really complex pieces of music across huge distances and know that they'd be preserved perfectly for people to play generations later. This new level of organization became the foundation for the modern orchestra. Instruments get grouped into families based on how they make sound. You've got the strings, which vibrate, the woodwinds, which use air, the brass instruments, which make sound when a player buzzes their lips, and of course, percussion, which is the rhythmic backbone you get from hitting or shaking something. With these tools, human creativity was just ready to explode. So now that we have this amazing toolkit of instruments and notation, creativity just went wild. Music and dance started branching off, evolving into thousands of different styles all across the globe. And the differences between these styles can be huge. On one hand, you have something like ballet. It's this super technical art form that came from royal courts, and it tells stories through these incredibly precise and graceful movements. But on the other hand, you have folk dance, which just grows naturally out of local communities as a way to celebrate their unique culture. Both use movement to tell a story, just in totally different ways. Then, some styles of music decided to just throw out the rulebook. That's where improvisation comes in. It's basically a musical conversation where the musicians are making up the melodies right there in the moment. Jazz music, which was born right here in the United States, is built on this idea. It's energetic, it's spontaneous, and it's all about that in-the-moment creativity. And speaking of brand new cultural movements, we have to talk about hip-hop, because it is so much more than just music. It started out in New York City as a complete culture with four main pillars. You've got the lyrical poetry of rapping, the musical foundation of DJing, the incredible visual art of graffiti, and of course, the dynamic movement of breakdancing. And breakdancing is especially powerful. It took all this energy from the streets and channeled it into pure artistry. Dancers would compete in these circles called ciphers, showing off unbelievable strength, rhythm, and creativity. It started as, and still is, a positive way to battle someone, using skill instead of fists. Which brings us full circle. This whole journey, from bone flutes and folk dances to jazz clubs and hip-hop battles, it all leads directly to the soundtrack of our lives today. Today's pop music is practically a science. It's engineered to be as appealing as possible, usually with a super catchy, repetitive chorus that's designed to get stuck in your head. And there's a reason for that. Our brains are literally wired to find patterns and repetition pleasurable. Technology is at the heart of it too. Synthesizers create sounds that no traditional instrument ever could, and mixing software polishes every single note until it's perfect. Take electronic dance music, or EDM. A lot of those tracks have a steady pulse of around 120 beats per minute. Now, that number isn't random. It's a tempo that is almost scientifically perfect for getting people to dance. This is music with one very clear purpose: to make you move. And where are we moving today? Well, pretty much everywhere. Thanks to social media, a dance that someone makes up in their bedroom can become a global phenomenon overnight. These platforms have made dance more accessible than ever before, creating massive viral trends and launching entire careers from a single 15-second clip. So why does any of this matter? Well, because engaging with music does way more than just entertain us. Learning to play an instrument is like a full workout for your brain. It's been proven to improve everything from your memory to your math skills. It also teaches you discipline, teamwork, and confidence. These are really powerful tools for just about everything in life. So here we are. We've gone from ancient bone flutes to AI-generated beats. The journey of music and dance is really the journey of human innovation itself. The tools change, the styles evolve, but that fundamental need to connect through rhythm, that stays the same. Which leaves us with just one question: what's next?